Hi, welcome back to Making It with Mingla. Today we're on day 16 out of 100, and this is our page that we're going to work on. Normally I'm doing mostly one single page, but this one's a short page, so I'm going to go ahead and include it today. Now I have, it already has the flowers on it. The colors are kind of pinkish, pinkish and peach. And I found this in my stash. I think it came in Happy Mail. And I like that. And I have these flowers that were part of the December ephemera package a couple years ago. So I'm going to make use of these. I am going to use matte medium to put these down with. So let's go ahead and get some of that slapped on the page. And I know it looks like a lot, but by the time, yep, let's get the hair out. No, we don't want that. Come on. Yeek. And that was off my head. I should be bald, honestly. I really think I should be, but so far I've still got my own hair. Sometimes I think I'm just a brush away from being bald, but that's not the case. I just lose a lot of hair. I do miss my hair. I used to have real thick hair. But it was always, I kept it short because it was just easier to maintain, and that's what my mom had always done. But now I let it grow out because it's easy. I just pull it up and go on. Just keep brushing it until it's smooth. I try to get the wrinkles out, but if I end up with the wrinkles, I don't get too bent out of the frame about it because it is a junk journal. It's just my expression, my art expression for the days. Alright, this one's going to go up here. And this one's kind of wonky because it was around something. So we may put something over top of that. And I've already got my quote ready for today. And we're going to start with the word beautiful. Okay, beautiful are this out of the way. Oops, where'd it go? I lost it between here and there. Huh. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Beautiful are those and I'm going to put that there where that flower's not complete. Next word is whose. Yep, go up a little bit. No, not No, don't do that. Don't roll. It's pretty damp. Don't have time for that. I'm trying to do it all at one time, and that's not the way it needs to happen. Need to lay all over him there. Beautiful are those whose brokenness gives birth to this one's going to fill up with some space. Transformation it's going to be an across the page word there. Let's put it right there. I think that might work. And oops. No, wrong way, Clyde. That's what my husband says sometimes when we're doing projects together. He'll say, wrong way, Clyde. He picked that up from somebody he worked with a long time ago. All right. So beautiful are those whose brokenness gives birth to transformation and wisdom. And this is a quote by John Mark Green. And that's one that I found on Pinterest. And I'm going to just put his whole name there together. I'm going to kind of put that down in the edge so it'll all fit on the page here. And while this is still damp, I am going to attempt to use this eyeshadow to add a little bit of shimmer. It's hot pink, and there's peach on it, and I thought that this would probably work well. So we're just going to use that with our medium, and we're going to go around these words. And it should lock, the matte medium should lock it in. If it seems like it's not going to, what I will do is I will come back over it with the matte medium. But where it's not dry, I think it's going to hold it. I think. It's almost like having metallic paint. And the reason I'm doing this is to kind of blend it in. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I used lined paper just so I could write it neatly. But I just thought it would add to it. Now, Now we're going to try we're going to go around it with the brighter pink. And it's not that I buy this stuff to use it for this purpose. My kids, I have two daughters, and they both are heavily into makeup. So when they get colors or palettes that they don't particularly like, or some of them have expiration dates on them. If it expires, they will not use them because they don't want to contaminate their eyes. So they're still perfectly suitable for art supplies. And as my favorite quote goes, if it's not free, you paid too much. So there you have it. We make use of what we got, and sometimes we even use things that don't seem appropriate but actually seem to work well to create art. Look at that. That is working out wonderfully. All right, so there you have it. We've got our day 16 in the books. Now let's find where that number went. Oh, there it is. It was blending in. Number 16. Let's get our glue out. See if we can hold on to it. That's the problem with making little things. Yesterday I sat up here and I stamped with that old store vintage stamp, and I got myself a whole sheet of numbers, and then I went downstairs to watch the race and with my husband, and I took my sheet with me and I started cutting. He said, "Haven't you had enough of that craft room already that you got to bring it downstairs?" And I started laughing. Busy hands. Busy hands are happy hands. So there you have it. Here is our quote for the day. Beautiful are those whose brokenness gives birth to transformation and wisdom. And that's a quote from John Mark Green. Until next time, be well, my friends. Bye-bye.